What's up folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel Code to Create. In this video we're going to see the basics of Python, like what are strings, what are integers and everything. So let's get started. Today's agenda is seeing what are strings, what are those functions, and then we're going to see integers, and then we're going to see what are floats, and then dictionaries, and then sets. So let's get started. First of all, what are strings? Strings are alphabets from A to Z that are in double quotes. Let's see the functions in these strings. First one is going to be upper. Let's see it with a small example. I'm going to move up to Jupyter, and let me first show you guys how to create a string. I'm going to create a variable called hi, and inside this I'm going to create a string called hi that is in single quotes or double quotes. And let me run it, and now let me print up this variable hi. You can see, and let's see this upper function. I'm going to say hi dot upper. You can see here hi. It's in single quote that represents a string. Let's move back to our slides, and then we have the lower. Let's go and check it out with a small example. I'm gonna move up here to Jupyter. Yes, I'm gonna say hi dot lower. Yes, and then we have is upper. We're gonna see if the variable is in uppercase or not. I'm gonna say hi dot is upper. You can see it's false as we have put it into lowercase. And then I'm gonna say hi dot lower is lower. You can see it's true as I've put all of them into lowercase over here. And then we have the function replace. Let's check it out with a small example. I'm gonna say hi dot replace. I'm gonna replace hi with hey. Yes, you can see hi is gonna be now hey. And now let's see what is slicing and how we get the access to characters in a string. First of all, how do we get the access to the whole string? Let's check that. I'm going to take the variable hi, and then I'm going to put a square brackets. Inside this, I'm going to see which character, whether it's going to be 0th index or first index or the second index. Put a 0th. You can see h. You count it from 0 over here. You can see we have put two alphabets over here. One is h and other is I. First one is going to be a 0th index, and then we're going to begin this counting from 0th, and then we're going to move to 1. So I'm going to say 1 now, and it have to print out I. Yes, you can see. And now let's see how do we get the access to the first name and the last name. For the first name, we're just going to say hi. Inside this, we're going to put 0. And suppose you don't know which is the last character, and what do you do that time? You're going to say hi, put the square brackets as usual. You're going to say -1. You're going to get the last character. For us, the last character is I. And suppose you want to get the last second character, you can say -2. Now let's move to the topic of slicing. We use slicing to get access to the alphabets. Let's check it out with a small example. I'm going to say hi, the same syntax, and here I'm going to say like 3 to 6. We're going to get the first from here, from the third character till the fifth character. So let me run this first. You can see HIT. From the third character to the fifth character. Do not include the last number. So now we got to know the basic functions of string and what is a string and how to create it. Let's move to what is an integer. Integers are numbers from 1 to infinity. Let's check it out with a small example. How do we get? Let's check it out with a small example. I'm going to move up to Jupyter again, and here I'm going to create an integer. I'm going to name this as Likhi, and I'm going to put one integer. I'm going to put 1 as a number, and then I'm going to get the type of this variable. It shows int as an integer, and then we can, suppose you want to convert this, let me put it in double quotes and represent it as a string. You can see it's a string now. And let's say that you want to create this string into an integer. What you're going to do is you're going to say integer and which type of which variable. You can see, and now it's an integer. And yes, we have converted into an integer. If you want to convert any number that's a string into an integer, you can just use this int. And now we got to know what are integers, how to use them. Let's move to what are floats. Floats are integers with decimal points. Let's check it out with a small example. I'm going to change the variable to 1.3. And these are the numbers between 1 to 2. You have 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. and so on. Now let me get the type of it. You can see it's a float. Now we know what are float and how to get the type. So now we know what are floats and how to use them. Let's check out what are dictionaries. A dictionary consists of a collection of key value pairs. Here you have the meaning of it and the value. Each key value pair maps the key to its associated values. Dictionaries in Python is declared by enclosing a comma separated list of key value pairs using curly braces. Let's see how to create this dictionaries. I'm going to move up to Jupyter again. So let's create a dictionary and check out. I'm going to say Likhi. And here let me create a dictionary. I'm going to say I'm going to enter my name and create a dictionary with it. I'm going to say is equal to a curly braces. And here I'm going to put a value saying 1, 2, number. And let's say 2, second number. And let's think, sorry, I just created a integer here. I just created a string over here, so let me change it to integer. And here I'm gonna get the type of it. So I'm gonna say okay, let me say type of my name. And oh yeah, sorry, you're gonna do it like that. You don't put a comma, you put, yes, you can see a type is dictionary. And now let me see how do we get access to all the values and all the pairs. I'm gonna enter up the variable name and I'm gonna say dot values. Yes, you can see the values is number and second number here, which are in the strings. And now let me get the keys over here. So I'm gonna say enter the variable name, and here I'm gonna say dot keys. You can see these are the two keys over here. That's 1 and 2. So now we know what are dictionary. Let's move to presentation and let's see what are sets. A set is created by placing all the elements inside a curly braces. It can be any number of items and any type of data. It's an integer, strings, and you have floats, anything. But a set cannot have mutable elements like lists, dictionaries, sets itself. Let's check it out with a small example. Here it is. We're gonna say is equal to, and I'm gonna put a curly braces as set. And inside this we're gonna have the values like 1, 2, and you can store a string, like putting a comma, we can store a string and another float like 1.5, and let me print. And now let me show you guys the type of this. It's a set. So guys, we know the basics of Python, like what's a string, what's a integer, what's a dictionary, what's a float, and what's a set. Thank you friends. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Bye bye.